Hey, what's going on, YouTubers? Thanks for coming to Gary's Garage. I'm your host, Gary Hurd. This channel is going to focus on things that I love to do, working in the garage, building furniture, home improvements. I am a muralist by trade, but I have a passion for doing other things like woodworking and such. I'd like to take a brief moment to thank some of these other YouTube sensations, I call them, that kind of got me started in wanting to do this. Steve from Woodworking for Mere Mortals. I love your sense of humor. I love the projects that you do. Keep up the great work. Love your channel. We also have Jay Bates. What a amazing shop you have. I love the size of your table, and you have a pretty killer chop saw station. April Wilker, man, jealous of your shop. Been following you. Awesome to see that you got to quit your job and start doing what you love to do. Jimmy Diresta, man, I've been watching you ever since you were on HGTV, I think, with you and your brother. Happy to see that you have this amazing channel, and you have several different channels that plays your videos too. Jon Peters, this is a guy that jealous of his shop too, and I love that he's an artist. I'm also an artist, but he does framing, does art, does woodworking, kind of shows everything that he can do there. I thought about doing a channel like that, but I think I decided to stick with Gary's Garage here. And if you're interested to find out what kind of murals that I do, I have some time-lapse videos and some of my artwork at Cry of the Wolf. I'll have that description below. And if you haven't heard of any of these other guys, such as Izzy Swan, you make some cool stuff too. I didn't mean to leave you a lot of other great woodworkers out there. I'll have a link on the description below to all their channels. Check them out if you haven't already. So let me show you what we're going to get started with. I have some things that I want to work on, such as refurbishing this old, let's see if I can grab it here, this old scroll saw. So the house that we live in right now, they had an old shed, and in that old shed was this scroll saw. It's got a motor down there with belts, and it does work. So one of my things will be cleaning that up and refurbishing it so I can start doing some cool stuff with that. I also have some home improvement stuff we're going to work on. I just put in a new countertop stove in my kitchen, and that needs to trimmed out. I need to refinish all the cabinets in the kitchen. That'll be a great episode. I have some other tools laying around that I also want to refurbish as well. I have some planers up on the wall that I think I might work at too. So anyways, thanks for joining me. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll have videos out every week. I don't know, I'm new at this. So again, let's get started with our first project. Okay, I found my first project. How many of you guys have something like this next to your stove? Kind of things that you use on a regular basis. You know, these are okay, it goes in there. But man, try to get this thing out here, right? You got this potato masher and this potato masher, trying to get it all in. And then when you're gonna go, this one, it's just a mess. Not to mention, we got some more wooden spoons and stuff that I'd like to go in there, and if I put them in now, it's just gonna kind of get all cramped and look terrible. So, I'm gonna make this first project a scrap wood project. I'm gonna go around my garage, I'm gonna find some scrap lumber, and let's build a new utensil holder with separate compartments to maybe keep the wooden spoons in one area, keep the whisk or the potato masher in the other, and the spatulas in a third. So maybe we'll do 3 compartments. Let's get started. All right. So I found this lovely piece of wood. Nice thick board. It's probably been around for a long time. Pulled it out of that same shed that I found the scroll saw. They were about 3 feet long, about 11 inches wide. I think if I rip this in half, it's going to give plenty of wood to do this little compartmental utensil holder. So I think the first thing we'll do is run it through the planer. So I think for my first project, we'll be pretty simple on it. So that's what I'm going to go for. Just because it's holding some utensils, I don't think I need to do any kind of dados or anything like that. So we're a little over 3 feet here. I think I will make these about 4 inches on the inside. So we have the sides and the bottom the same length because I'm simply just going to do that, and then I'll cut some pieces, the edge, and here in the middle. We're just going to take some 120 sandpaper, kind of get rid of that star marks on the edges, so we don't have any splitters. Now we'll still simply nail it together. I got 1.25 inch brad nails in my brad nailer here, and we're going to use some glue. This is kind of almost done. Simple for a first time build here, but I'm just kind of getting the swing of things here. So let's do it. I'm going to find out which piece I like best. I like the character of this knot, so I think I'll put this on a side panel. And I really like this knot too. I'll put that on the side panels, and we'll use this one here for the bottom. So I chose to go with a smaller opening in the middle because I think that's where I'll put all the wooden spoons. And if it was any bigger, I think they'd be leaning too much and impeding the other utensils space. So spoons will go in here. We'll put the spatulas and stuff over here, and then the potato masher and the whisk will go over here. Now I think it's time to sand these edges. So my first video, I'm strictly shooting just off of my cell phone. So I think that's why I was out of the picture. So we're gonna go with 100 grit right here on the old orbital sander. I decided just to go ahead and round the corners off a little bit with the sandpaper. Kind of gives it a little better feel. And now I'm going to fill up these little holes, let it dry, and we'll go back to sanding it. So I am out of putty. So I am going to try the trick here. Take with my orbital sander. I don't know how much I have. I just emptied this out the other day. So we might have enough, fine enough sawdust here that I can place just a tad of glue on these holes, and we'll fill it with sawdust. And I'm not sure how well that's gonna sting. Well, I had enough to do it, so we'll let it dry for a little bit, and then I'll come back and sand it, and we'll continue. Well, it's had time to dry. It looks like it just might work. So this is the mixture of glue and the sawdust, little fine particle sawdust from the orbital sander. So now I'm going to hit it with some 220 and see what happens now. This one though. So I was thinking what I might do is write utensils on this side here, and then I'll stain it, we'll clear coat it, and that'll be a finished project. So let's get busy with that. Well, I'm using gold acrylic paint. And I'm just going to stain over the paint when I'm done. Maybe that'll make it a little darker. So what I'm doing right now is I'm paletting my liner brush. This is a Kafka number 6 liner brush used in sign painting. And dry enough now that I'm going to go ahead and use the old-fashioned way of some rags. And I happen to have some red oak stain here. Don't know what's going to happen. Seriously don't. But let's give it a try. So I'll use one rag to wipe it on and another rag to wipe it off. I don't think I want it as dark as this is. my first woodworking project on the new Gary Garage channel. I'm pretty happy the way it turned out. I like the lettering. I think it's nice. It's a little dark, which is kind of cool, subtle. There's plenty of space in here. Funny thing is we have more spoons, more spatulas to actually go in here, and it'll fit nice on the countertop next to the stove top where it's going to reside. So thank you for hanging out with me and watching my first project. If you have any comments or any positive feedback you'd like to leave me in the comment section below, that'd be great. Too much talking, maybe is it too long? Would you like to see more? Would you like to learn more? That kind of stuff. So anyhow, thanks. Hopefully we'll get going on this, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.